Hello friends, I have a not so awesome update for H5N1. The US has reached a brand new milestone, and not one that we wanted. Today the US had its first H5N1 bird flu death. This was in the patient in Louisiana who contracted this from their own backyard flock. Here's the thing that I want you to remember when you hear about this. There's going to be a lot of downplaying. Oh, they were over 65. Oh, they had pre-existing conditions that made them more susceptible. Ultimately, that doesn't matter. Because as I've talked about in my other videos, H5N1 is no joke. This patient, along with the patient in British Columbia, contracted the non-mediated bird flu, meaning not the version that has mutated through cows, but the version that came directly from birds. And that version has a 53% fatality rate for a reason. It does devastating things to your lungs, to your heart, and to your immune system. When we talk about cytokine storms, aka the thing that killed so many young, healthy people in the 1918 pandemic, that's what they're seeing with this. Your immune system reacts so strongly that it kills you. The 13-year-old girl in British Columbia is lucky. As lucky as one can be, given that she was in the ICU for almost a month and has been in the hospital for over 2 months, and still has an incredibly long road ahead of her. This patient spent 3 weeks in the ICU and died. If this version of H5N1 goes human to human, we are in really, really deep trouble. The version that's gone through cows has a lower fatality rate, but that does not mean that it's good for you. It still is a higher fatality rate than the seasonal flu, and that's when it hasn't adapted to human hosts and hasn't infected people who would be the most susceptible to it. But what we're seeing in British Columbia and Louisiana, that's what happens when it's coming directly from birds. So when you see videos on social media or discussions on Facebook groups for backyard flock owners talking about their sick birds and people touching their sick birds, do not touch sick birds. If you see a sick or dead bird, do not touch it. If your backyard flock or the local birds that you feed are showing signs of odd behavior or are dead, call the authorities and back away. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. I have pets. I understand that you love them with your entire heart. But if your pet bird has this, there is no saving them, but they can infect you. Both the British Columbia patient and the Louisiana patient showed signs of mutations that are trending towards human adaptability. Does that mean it's spreading human to human yet? Not necessarily. Does that mean it will in the imminent future? Not necessarily. But every host this encounters gives it a chance to gain mutations. Each of these mutations gives it more opportunities to learn how to adapt to human transmission. And this flu is no joke. Just the flu, that's some bullshit. As I've said in the comments, I feel very February of 2020 right now. And I don't like it. Wear a mask. Don't touch dead or sick wildlife or wildlife that is behaving abnormally. Because this terrifies me.